I am your host, Angela Thomas Smith, and today, I want to share just a little bit about who I am. Just for those that do not know who I am the founder of AALAC, which is the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign, bringing awareness to African American authors and literacy within the African American community all over the world. Where I am also the founder of Aspiring Authors Magazine. We are a new release magazine that is featuring authors all across the world, brown authors all across the world. And we are touching on some of the now topics that are affecting our community, such as domestic violence, depression, mental illness, you name it, we're touching on it. So if you've not connected with us, please go over and like Aspiring Authors Magazine. Again, I am Angela Thomas Smith. I am the founder of Aspiring Authors Magazine, and I am here today up close and personal with author Blanca Diamond. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So today, I would love for you just to share with the listeners and those that are tuned in on Facebook that are going to be watching live, if you would like to share just a little bit about who Blanca Diamond is.
Well, I am 30 years old, and I'm originally from Charleston, South Carolina, but I currently reside in Greensboro, North Carolina. Um, I am a mother to a 17-month-old. I am a published author. I also have my own publishing company. I do natural skincare as a side business as well. Um, I've been writing since I was about 11 years old, but I started the process of becoming a published author in 2017 by joining a poetry anthology featuring aspiring poets. And then later on that year in April, I actually published my first novel. Um, I am also totally blind, and I am blind due to child abuse at the age of 15. So I am a survivor of many forms of abuse, including domestic violence and sexual abuse. So a lot of my writing is inspirational, but I also do fiction as well. I like to empower, motivate, and inspire others to basically reach their highest potential. Um, let's see, what else can I take back about me? I do have quite a few projects in the works right now. I am in the process of publishing my 90-day positive affirmation journal. I also am in the process of publishing my children's poetry book. Um, I have quite a few books that I'm actually currently writing. I do have a um, erotica story that I'm working on because I do write in other genres besides fiction, or basically in fiction. I do children's, I do erotica, I do African American, I do contemporary. So I write kind of all over the place. And I'm also working on my first nonfiction book, detailing my experience of losing my sight and basically how I accomplished everything that I have, and basically just my story following what happened to me and how I'm now living my life.
Wow, you definitely have a inspirational story. And you definitely have a story. I tell you, you're definitely owning your truth, and I thank you for your transparency in sharing in your books. I tell you, a lot of people they don't understand what it takes to write a book, and the journey that we have to go through to get these books out there. Because with some of us, it's a healing process. And I thank you for coming on today and sharing with us. Um, I know that you're doing some children poetry. Um, when did you start doing your children's items?
I've always written children's books, but the children's poetry actually came about now that I am a mother. I do mostly adult titles, but I want to bring more awareness to literacy and reading and beginning to read and stuff with children. So, poetry is my passion. So I was like, why not do a poetry book that is catered to children? And it is the age level that I am basically going after for my poetry book is infants to toddlers. Older children can read it as well, but because I do have a toddler, a lot of the poems were inspired by him.
Mm-hmm.
And just, me getting to see what it's like to be a mother, things I've observed and things that I've learned, from him. And so, like, all of the poems kind of center around being a toddler.
Wow. And just listening to your story and just listening to your introduction of yourself, I tell you, we have a lot in common. I'm actually a survivor of domestic violence. I I tell you, abuse is out there, and in our community, we like to hide it. And I thank those that are now bringing it to the forefront and sharing it and getting it out there so that our community can be healed, because it's a terrible spirit that needs to go, and healing needs to take place. So I thank you for being transparent and sharing that as well. I know that you shared your books. Is there a website or links that you could share so that the listeners could reach out to you for your books?
I do have a website. It's writerblackdiamond.com. And Blaque is spelled Blaque, for those, who may not know. I also have my author fan page on Facebook, which is facebook.com/writerblackdiamond. Trying to think. I do a lot of social media. So I'm also on Twitter as Hearts of My Words. So I do share my writing on there as well, and also Instagram at WhyBlancas. And I think that's about it as far as where my work can be found. Of course, my books are published on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, iBooks, different sites like that.
Amen, amen, amen. So you definitely can find her on Facebook. You can look her up, Blaque Diamond. Actually on Facebook. How are you listed on Facebook?
On Facebook, I'm listed as Bianca, which is my birth name. Bianca Blaque Diamond Johnson. As far as my personal Facebook page, but as far as my writing stuff related to writing, I'm found as Writer Blaque Diamond.
Writer Blaque Diamond. Okay, you can find her under Writer Blaque Diamond, and I'm sure you could find links to her books, because she has a lot in the works. I would love if you would share a poem with us, with the listeners on today. I love poetry.
Okay.
I love spoken word, and I just love for people to share their poetry.
Oh yeah, I love poetry. So I'm going to share my poem that actually defines my pen name, which is Blaque Diamond, because a lot of people always ask me, where did I get the name? How did I come up with it? I've always been told that I was a diamond in the rough just because of my experiences and things that I've survived in my life. So I felt like Blaque Diamond was a fitting name for me, because I feel like it represents me and my growth and how I've changed and become the person that I am. So this poem is entitled A Blaque Diamond. Beautifully created from this earth, light-hearted and full of laughter. Ambitious and goal-oriented I am. Critical and eager to seek knowledge in all ways possible. Uniquely different, but at times the same. Extraordinary gift from God's paintbrush. Determined to overcome all obstacles in my way. Intelligence is a gift that is priceless. Another gem in the world of beautiful gemstones. Mountains and hills climb to seek inner peace, observance of my everyday development and ways to improve me. Not easily broken, instead I conquer. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, but I am my own diamond.
That's beautiful.
And that basically spells out Black Diamond.
Well, that is beautiful, and it definitely describes you. From what I know of you, I had the privilege of meeting you in Raleigh, North Carolina, at an event that ALAC had, um, and I think it was before
Yes.
you had the baby. So, congratulations on the baby,
Yes.
and
Thank you.
I'm super excited about all that is taking place in your life. I definitely I definitely see the growth. I definitely see just from the time that I met you and now the things that you're doing and the mission that God has you on. I thank Him for allowing us to cross paths. I want to tell the listeners that this young lady is she's also a contributing writer to my friend's magazine. Scars of Survivors
Yes.
magazine, which is an amazing magazine that is for abuse, domestic violence mainly, but she focused on various things dealing with abuse. So, an amazing magazine, and she's one of the contributing writers for that magazine. Just wanted to put that out there so the listeners would know. And just wanted to shout out my sister, Cynthia, for her magazine. So that's just one of the
And I'm
amazing things.
also
Go ahead, baby.
I'm also a mentor and counsel. I'm in the process of going to training to become a mentor and counselor for her organization as well.
Amen. Amen. That is definitely amazing. So I applaud you on that. Um, keep allowing God to use you, sweetheart. And she is one of the 30 women that is sharing their truth in upcoming anthology project that I am compiling. It's called I Am Owning My Truth. We are women of indefinable worth. We cannot be defined. No one can put a value on us because we're more precious than diamonds and more precious than these stones and gems that so I'm super excited to have her as one of the co-authors of this anthology. It is in a devotional. We will also do a second part, which is an affirmation book and journal. So we will have affirmations. We want people to be able to speak over their life and enter their life and know that they have that power based on Proverbs 18 and 21. That we have the power of life and death in our tongue and that we can speak life and we can speak in and over our life, and we have to learn how to utilize that power. So I am super excited about this project, and I'm super excited to have you a part of this project. I want you to share with the listeners a little bit about why you chose to be a part of this project, and if you would like to share a little bit about your truth that you're going to be sharing in this project, I would love for you to do that. Also, I just want the listeners to know if you want to call in and ask the question, or if you want to post your question right here live on Facebook, you can ask your question. I am Angela Thomas Smith, and I have author Blaque Diamond on the line with me on today. She is one of the 30 authors that's participating in I Am Owning My Truth anthology. So, author Blaque Diamond, would you like to share the reason why you chose to be a part of this anthology, and if you would like to share your truth?
I chose to be a part of this anthology because I am one for inspiration. I love to empower. I love to motivate, and I felt like sharing my personal story with someone who may be going through the same thing, could possibly be going through the same thing, or have already went through some of the same things that I have. They could potentially see how I was able to overcome, my situations, and they could possibly overcome their situations or even prevent themselves from becoming a victim of a situation before it even starts. Um, in my chapter of the anthology, I speak on my experience of being a victim victim of sexual abuse, of domestic violence, and also of child abuse. And basically how I felt and how, just dealing with the things that I went through and how I overcame them. And so I call my chapter From Victim to Victorious because, as of now, I am a 6-year survivor of all of, and I have not experienced any more since then. And I feel like that's a definitely growth in myself, from not allowing myself to remain a victim. And my victory is basically getting to belong to myself. And that's how I felt like I always belonged to someone else, but now I actually belong to me.
Amen. Amen. Well, I am definitely honored to have you a part of this anthology. My goal and my mission was definitely to allow individuals to be able to share their story, because my story is not your story, and the next person's story is not the next person's story. But we all have a story, and I think all of our stories is need to be shared. It need to be heard, and people need to know that they're not alone in this journey, no matter what their journey is. That there's people that have been where they are. There's people that it's where they are, and we overcame, and we're overcoming. So as long as we know that we have someone in our corner, someone that's been there, I think it makes the journey a whole lot easier. And if we can see where someone else made this mistake and or went through this test or had this tribulation or had this trial and how they overcame, if we can see it in advance, maybe we can deter from doing those things. So I definitely I thank God for this platform and allowing me the opportunity to be the visionary of this project, because I tell you, it's definitely a honor to be able to share you guys' story, to be able to share your testimony so people can know that it's okay. It's okay. They overcame, and I can, because God has no respectable person. And I know if He did it for us, He'll do it for the next person. So I definitely applaud you for being a part of this anthology. Before we leave here today, is there anything else that you would like to share with the listeners, those that have tuned in, those that will hear the replay? Because there's going to be some people that are going to catch it on the replay. They're not able to tune in right now. Is there anything that you would like to leave them, to encourage them, to inspire them, and to empower them to walk in their purpose and to not give up on their dreams?
What I would like to say is basically you are the creator of your entire reality. You have the power to determine how your life goes. Of course, God, he puts things in place the way that they're supposed to be, but you also have the power to control what you allow to happen to yourself, what the outcome of your decision will be. And a lot of people don't think about, how they portray themselves. And I always, tell people that if you want positivity, you have to give positivity. And you also have to learn to think positive, act positive, and speak positive. You can't, speak negative and expect good things to happen, whether it's on yourself or on someone else.
Amen. Amen. I often tell people, and I know people that listen to me all the time, they probably get tired of me saying this, but I always tell people, you cannot go to the ATM and expect to get a withdrawal if you've not put anything in. So if you don't put anything in, you can't expect to get a withdrawal. You got to deposit something to get a withdrawal. So you got to think about what you're putting in your life, what you're speaking over your life, how you're speaking over your life, and what you're speaking into your life. You have that power. I mean, we definitely have that power. We have the power of choice. We have free will. But we have to learn that in making those choices, that there's consequences to every choice that we make. And we have to be willing to suffer the consequences for those choices that we make. So I want to thank you for sharing on today. Before I leave, I want you to run down your links again for those that may be just tuning in or those that did not catch it earlier. Run down your links again so that they can get in contact with you, because we have a few minutes left. And I want people to be able to reach out to you, because you are definitely walking in your purpose. You are definitely owning your truth. And you are definitely a woman of inspiration, a woman of courage, a woman of resilience. Um, because I know that's probably, we write from our pain, and our pain pushes us into our destiny and our purpose. And that's what's taking place. And I thank God for this platform, that He allow us to be able to come on here and to be able to share our stories, so that other people can hear it. They can be set free and delivered from that they're going through. So I definitely want people to be able to reach out to you. I want people to be able to follow you. I want them to be able to get your latest projects. I want them to get our book when it released. So I definitely want them to be able to connect with you. So run down your list of links and how they can get in contact with you before we exit.
Okay, my website is WhyBlancas.com, and you can actually purchase my books from there. You can check out my blog, check out interviews I do with other authors. It hasn't been updated in a while, which I'm working on that, because things kind of slowed down once I had my son. But I'm definitely working on updating my website. But you can also follow me or purchase my books on Amazon. You can look me up on Goodreads. I'm on Goodreads as well. Instagram, Instagram.com/WriterBlackDiamond. Twitter, Twitter.com/Heart of My Words. Let's see. Facebook page, my fan page is Facebook.com/WriterBlackDiamond. I also have a private group for my fans and my readers, where I post basically exclusive content that nobody else has read yet. I get feedback from the readers on what they want to read, what they like, they don't like. So the name of my group is Black Diamond Book Buddy. So if you would like to join, feel free to send a request and fill out answer the questions, and I will look at your request and approve it. You can also find me on my personal Facebook by looking up Bianca Black Diamond Johnson, and once again, Black is spelled BLAQE.
Amen. Amen. Well, I want to thank you again for coming on and being my guest. I want to definitely thank you for being a part of the anthology. Congratulations on all your projects and everything you have going on. I just want to let you know, if there's anything that AALAC or Aspiring Authors Magazine can do to help you on your journey as an author, please feel free to reach out to us. We're always here to assist. I may not be visible, but I'm always available. That's what I tell everyone. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in on today. You have been up close and personal with author Black Diamond. I am your host, Angela Thomas Smith. I am the founder of Aspiring Authors Magazine. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Please, if you're listening to this video as a replay, if you know authors, please share this with them. If you know someone that's aspiring to be an author, please share this video with them. And again, I want to thank you for being a part of our literary journey. Again, I am Angela Thomas Smith, and we have been up close and personal with author Black Diamond. Thank you, author Black Diamond, and I pray that you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.